Hey guys, this is Mathias and this is Huawei Honor 7. The Honor 7 is a high-end phone and Huawei's second most expensive phone, only beaten by the Mate S. It is a well-designed phone and the whole phone is made in metal, except for the glass at the front. It has a great speaker at the bottom, and on the right side we find the volume rockers and the on and off button. On the left side of the phone we find a SIM card slot capable of 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and a MicroSD card. We also find the so-called smart key, which we will talk about more later. On the back we have the 20 megapixel camera and the very good located fingerprint sensor. Inside the phone we find some good hardware too. We have a super fast Kirin 935 processor, which on the paper are as fast as the Snapdragon 810. We also got 3GB of RAM, which is good, but the storage is only 16GB. But the Honor 7 luckily have a microSD card slot. So is this a $700 phone? No. The Honor 7 costs around $500 and for $500 this is probably the most well-designed phone in the world. In a phone that costs $500, the display should be very good, and it is. The display is 5.2 inch big, which is pretty normal these days for a high-end smartphone. It has a resolution of Full HD, which is acceptable, and the type of the screen is IPS Neo LCD. The Xperia Z5 lineup also has IPS displays, but I have to say that this screen is better. The screen has great viewing angles, it can be very bright if needed, and is very good in sunlight too. The camera in the Honor 7 is an 8 megapixel one. You may think that it is a low resolution, but that is the front camera. The camera at the back has 20 megapixel and it is a Sony sensor. The camera sensor itself are great, but the software tend to oversharp the pictures. This is not a huge deal, but if only Huawei improved the software, the camera could be better. The selfie camera also delivers something extra. Not only in terms of quality, but it even has a front-facing flashlight. One thing I miss in this camera is the ability to record in 4K. And what about the camera interface? The camera interface is not as good as the camera itself. Huawei have been trying to do an Apple-like interface, and I don't like it. It is pretty simple, but the camera interface in Samsung phones, for example, are much more fun to use. The software is as far as you can go from the stock Android one. It is more like a wannabe iPhone interface, not only in the camera interface but also in the whole phone. The interface is sometimes very smart. You can, for example, swipe down on the fingerprint sensor to see all your notifications, and you can set the smart key to do whatever you want. I choose that it should open the calculator if I press it once and start the flashlight if I press it twice. In Honor 7 we also find some smart features to make the phone's battery last longer and to make the phone faster. The app is called Clean Master and tells you when an app is hurting the phone's battery and the phone's performance, and closes the app if you want to. Another good thing is that it has an infrared port. And from the app Smart Controller you can control your TV, your camera and even your air conditioner. But even with all the smart features, there is still much to improve with the software, and Huawei, please remove the commercial in the interface. Anyway, the performance of this phone is good and the operating system is fast. Not super smooth, but fast. And I also have to mention that the fingerprint sensor is the best I've ever used. You don't have to press any button to activate it, so you just have to put your finger on it and the phone is unlocked. The fingerprint sensor does not care if your finger are a little bit wet like on many other phones. And the battery life in the Honor 7 is very good too. It survives 2 days with moderate use if you use the Clean Master to shut down apps that is eating battery. If you don't use the Clean Master or if you use the phone very much, it will still survive a day. To conclude, the Honor 7 is a really good phone. The operating system is a little bit messy, but overall the phone is good. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to follow us on Instagram, We have the links in the description below. And have a nice day. Bye.